with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. And stolen by Patterson.
We've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. But those turnovers could have been avoided. Careless mistakes.
Absolutely. They have got to get a tighter handle on the ball.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
Boston shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And for the Celtics, 28 of their 40 wins on the season came against the East. Not impressive, but it got the job done in a conference which could be had at times, obviously.
That's true, but what should be noted, Kevin, about the Celtics against the East is just how well they played against the Eastern Conference playoff team. Right. I mean, against the East top 8, they shot a lot better and executed a lot better as well. So you can see them stepping up their game against the competition.
Got that one up quick. Lowry's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Bradley drives in. Now the pass to Smart. Back to Bradley. On the left block. Rebound by the Raptors. Lowry passes to DeRozan. He dishes it to Patterson. The Raptors rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now here's Patterson. And he gets it to go.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Smart kicks to Bradley. Johnson dishes to Bradley. Tries again. The shot is off. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Outside DeRozan. To the inside. And stolen by Zeller. Here's Valanciunas. Stolen by Smart. Bradley kicks to Crowder. Smart passes to Zeller. It's stolen by Carroll. Here's Lowry. Finished off the break. Lowry's got 5 points so far. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Raptors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. Puts it up from 17. The rebound by Johnson.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that. Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in their rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work ethic. People around the league think he's already a top coach and could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
And here's DeRozan. After Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Outside Turner. Right side Thomas. Nice ball movement by Boston. Shoots it up. And the shot falls short this time.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The shot by Lowry, no good. Celtics trailed by 3. Outside Thomas. Again, Thomas missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it out.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Raptors up by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Thomas is out there with Rozier. Then it's Turner. Then there's Jerebko. And it's Zeller in the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Here's what Boston's going with right now. Amir Johnson's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Jay Crowder comes in for Jerebko. And it's Avery Bradley in for Rozier. Now here's Crowder. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Guys, that makes it 2 straight seasons now that the Raptors have been the cream of the crop in the Atlantic Division. Ended the season with a franchise best 49-33 record.
First one falls for him. Well, for the Raptors, they won the Atlantic last year. Did so by a wide margin, Greg. Then they had won it back in 2014.
Yeah, they ended the year with that 9-game lead over second place. And the Raptors have great fans, and it's good to see the franchise be able to take home a couple of those division titles.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And Damari Carroll subbed in for Ross. And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That is his first foul of the game. Thomas, no luck.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
And pushing it up, here's Boston. Nailed from three-point land. Thomas got the lead up to 1 now for Boston. Joseph with the ball. Feeds it to Scola. Now here's Joseph. He's covered closely. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Carroll. And Boston with the rebound. And it's Bradley, the drive. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
Smart's checked in for Boston. Both free throws good from Avery Bradley.
And, you know, for the Celtics at home, they were able to get wins by playing tough defense in front of their rabid fans. Their offense virtually the same as when they were on the road. The defense was the difference at home.
And as you said with the Celtics, it was the D at home that helped them get wins here. They'll want to be better than 1 game over 500 this season to get back into the postseason.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Lowry brings the double. It's tipped. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here they go.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the Celtics making a change here. Zeller's checked in. Celtics trail by 3. Now here's Smart. Now recovering. That's good. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Urebko comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Rozier in for Avery Bradley. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. A minute 50 left in the first half of basketball. Rozier, the pass to Smart. Puts up a 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were close games.
To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
1:07 left now here in the second.
Hey, come around.
Back to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
Valanciunas hits them both.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Thomas checked in for Smart.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done. Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
Here's Rozier. Nice D from DeRozan.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. The defense stood tall there.
Man, they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, I agree with you. A big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's the Raptors. They finish off the second quarter on a 20-5 run. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Clark.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there was a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Raptors. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in the small forward position. Shot clock at 5. Lowry for 3.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Evan Turner, he's checked in for the Celtics. A new group in now for the Raptors. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Powell, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Celtics trailed by 10. In the corner, Smart with it. And that one is hammered home.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim record.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Patrick Patterson. Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
And Toronto making a change here. Lowry's checked in.
Well, I tell you, the Raptors really were befuddled with how that series went. I mean, they just never got things going and became the first team to get swept with home court advantage in the playoffs since 2011.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Inside. And stolen by Patterson. Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Smart. Pass to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Raptors moving the ball around. Patterson dishes to Carroll. Patterson the screen. Just 5 to shoot. With the fadeaway. And the shot is long.
And guys, you look at the Raptors last season and how they stumbled at times. You could see that they would have trouble in the postseason with the way they were constructed. I don't think anybody saw a sweep coming, but that's what it ended up being.
Back to Johnson. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And he lobs it up toward the rim. They grab their own miss. Carroll for three. No good. Celtics trailed by 10. Here's Bradley. Smart kicks to Turner.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
It's his first trip to the line. And he makes the first. Boston making some changes. Yarebko's checked in for Johnson. Rozier comes in for Avery Bradley. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Smart. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Toronto calls timeout. A new group in now for the Raptors. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Terrence Ross is checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Joseph, the pass to Ross. Turner with the steal. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Rozier.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now. You know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
Back to Thomas. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Raptor lead.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And, you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well.
And again, no good by Toronto.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it. And credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
Throws and dishes to Biyombo. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession. Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Boston making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. And the Raptors also making a change. Carroll's checked in. Off target with his three. And that's going to do it for the third quarter.
Yeah.
Raptors. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Celtics trailed by 4. They've got Avery Bradley. Smart is out there with Thomas. Then it's Amir Johnson. And it's Crowder in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. The Raptors shooting at 50% in a decent groove. And Patterson kicks to Lowry. The 3. No luck. Now Boston takes it the other way.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Biyombo kicks to Patterson. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah. No doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Turner's checked in for the Celtics. Jonas Valanciunas is checked in for Toronto. DeRozan comes in for Corey Joseph.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
DeRozan passes to Valanciunas. And a missed layup. Boston's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And it's Turner finishing it off.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send the message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Powell down low. He's guarded by Johnson. Lowry from outside. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
One of the stories here, Marcus Smart getting it done today.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
And the Raptors call time here. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words for his team. He urged his players to keep fighting, saying, "We're right there, but the margin of error has shrunk. We've got to play aggressive and smart. Guys?"
All right, Doris. Zeller, he's checked in for Evan Turner. The Raptors also with a sub. Terrence Ross is checked in for Powell.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
Takes the 3. No luck.
That is the perfect technique to rebound. I mean, he shields his man, kept him behind, and then he's off to the races.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Exciting stuff.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
And Bradley gets it to go.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, "That ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now."
Boston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And he gets it to go. And now a 3-point Celtic lead.
There's been some slippage defensively here in the second half, Kevin. I mean, I'm not sure if their legs are going or what, but they've given up some easy baskets here.
Smart kicks to Bradley. Lots of room. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Raptors trailed by 3. Now here's Smart. Defense right on him. Kicks it to Crowder. Down low. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
Thomas checked in for Smart. And Toronto also making a switch. Damari Carroll's checked in for Terrence Ross. Thomas again. Toronto. And Valanciunas kicks to Carroll. Money! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Thomas dishes to Bradley. Thomas kicks to Zeller. Shot clock at 6. Bradley buries it.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Toronto with the ball.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the 3 and be the 3 if that's going to happen.
Valanciunas with a screen on Bradley. Outside Lowry. Takes a 3. Nails it. And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer. Now Now a timeout called by Boston. The score is tied at 50. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Bradley. They could win it. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. Regulation is ended, and we're heading to overtime. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. It'll be the Raptors off the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup, of course, now in overtime. So the Raptors 5 right now. Jamari Carroll is out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Powell in the shooting guard position. The second chance effort. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Powell kicks to Joseph. And stolen by Zeller. Austin's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Thomas passes to Crowder. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Crowder's got the first points here in the overtime period for the Celtics. Now here's Joseph, guarded by Bradley. Back to Valanciunas. Toronto working the ball around now. They get a hand on it. Clock at 6. Here's Joseph. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. And the Raptors with some changes. Patterson comes in for Biyombo. And it's DeRozan in for Powell.
And that's how you do it. Free throws can make a huge difference in a tight game.
We're in overtime and 90 seconds gone here in what has been a great one so far. Pick by Zeller. It's Thomas outside.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Outside Carroll. And good on the basket. Book it.
Ledee just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
There's Thomas with the 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Outside Thomas. Johnson the screen. Zeller setting the pick for Thomas. And there's the feed to Johnson.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined. That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Clark, no room for error
Kevin,
here.
got to be perfect from here on out. You're exactly right.
Here's Bradley. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Deep 2 from Carroll. Joseph dishes to Carroll. From the arc. Zeller grabs the board. So it's the Celtics now. 4-point game.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Here's Patterson. Off target with that shot. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. They escaped with a victory, although they needed Clark an extra period to get it done.